In recent years, scientists have isolated various genes which are said to cause certain personality traits in people. A gene for obesity, alcoholism, schizophrenia. But now researchers have checked the DNA and hair samples taken from 10,000 hospital patients and concluded that there is a gene which robs a person of a conscience. This so-called Ted Bundy gene is assertedly found in death row inmates, in juvenile delinquents, and reportedly in the DNA of people all of us know. We'll begin our discussions about the implications of this apparent scientific breakthrough with Dorothy Joan Kerno. Ms. Kerno is a graduate student assisting the research team at UC Berkeley. It was her interview with Family Circle magazine that made all of us aware of the dreaded Ted Bundy gene. Ms. Kerno, you're saying, as I understand it, that 1% of the American population lacks a conscience. Those who have the so-called Ted Bundy gene, named after the infamous serial killer of nurses, that those people don't hear, to put it in words I'll understand, don't hear a voice saying, no, stop.
Yes, that's correct. For instance, what we hear, let's say you're driving down the street and you see a school bus of children screaming and yelling, coming at you.
Right.
Now, there's a part of us that goes, I don't know, I'm having a good day, you get close to the bus, but you veer off to the left. Don't hit the bus. That's what you hear. Now, with someone that has a Ted Bundy gene, they get that wild child look in their eyes, they get kind of excited, the bus is coming closer, closer, and what they hear is, the bus, left. So they may hear like little pieces of it. They hear like just little bits, like slices.
For all they know, the voice is saying, repair the bus.
Repair the bus. We've heard of altar boys tripping priests. That was something else that happened.
That's antisocial. And
that's kind of an antisocial thing. Gum under chairs, bleachers, that's that kind of thing.
Oh, that seems kind of mild.
Well, it does seem mild to you, but if you put your hand underneath and you felt the gum...
Ooh, it's grotesque.
It's good, yeah.
Yeah. In the Family Circle magazine piece, and oh, what a piece of journalism that was, I think a lot of us, I don't want to speak for the entire American public, but surely we can understand. John McEnroe, yes, he's a carrier of the Ted Bundy gene, obviously. Mike Milken, yes, little question. John Sununu, the White House Chief of Staff, of course. Pat Buchanan, I think it goes without saying.
Right.
The shocker comes when we start talking about Charlton Heston. Charlton Heston, for God's sakes.
But when I used him as an example, my example was to say that he is an individual that has risen above his gene.
Well, let's look at the chart from Family Circle magazine. You're clearly the author of that little illustration. On the left, I think every viewer can see on the monitor.
Ted Bundy.
Ted Bundy's gene. Look at the right. Charlton Heston.
Exactly the same gene. I understand that.
In terms of sheer numerical probability, what is the likelihood of a Bundy gene carrier acting out the genetic tendency to kill nurses or to do other antisocial behavior?
Well, there's 70% that someone would act out on the gene, but as I'm saying in this article, it can be counteracted, and we haven't done enough testing on it.
Well, 70%. See, that's my exact point. 70% is beyond 50. There's a 50-50 chance that Charlton Heston is going to be stalking nurses and putting them at risk any day.
His mother had a private duty nurse, and she was safe for 6-7 years.
Now, I gather from reading a Family Circle magazine, there are symptoms. There's an inability to urinate in the presence of others. There's a craving for spicy foods. There's an unwanted body hair characteristic. Are those good indicators to guide us on our daily lives?
No, I think you're taking these, again, what just happen to be similarities and making them symptoms.
But it's not all that useful, is it? In other words, the producer of this show has a tremendous amount of body hair.
Right.
I don't know if it's unwanted body hair.
Ask him.